My name is Trex, aka Amerikame, and I'm making a small addendum to a video I basically just made about push blocking in Vampire Savior. I talked about how to do it and the intricacies of it and showed a different message of push blocking on stick. And I recommend you do play stick for this game because it makes push blocking way, way easier and it's super integral to defense in this game. However, I'm covering all my bases because I know there are some pad players out there, so we're going to do it on pad this time. This is just a normal DualShock pad, PS4. You can play this with pretty much any way people play VSav. I have it on Resurrection right now. You can plug this into a Super Gun and play it on arcade hardware. It works just fine. And right now I have it set on default controls. So this is light punch, light kick, medium punch, medium kick, heavy punch, heavy kick. Alright? So the problem with push blocking on pad, as a small refresher, push blocking, how you do it is you get 3 to 6 unique inputs while in block stun to get a push block. On stick it's pretty easy because all your buttons are laid out, but on pad, especially if you're using default controls, 4 of these face buttons are controlled by one thumb. Unless you're playing claw, but I don't know.
Don't play claw.
Don't play claw. I'll fuck your hands up.
Yeah.
So you gotta kind of get a little creative with push blocking in this game, if you're playing on pad. The one way I kind of do it, and to preface this, I'm not a pad player, but this was taught to me by a pad player, is you kind of take your thumb here, you start on light kick, and then you roll it up and cast on the back to your triggers too. So you can get as many inputs as you can with that. Unfortunately, it's not super precise. See, I'm only getting like 4 or 3 inputs here. Because you kind of get better with it, and I'm not very good, but this is a way to do it. And you can usually get probably about 4 inputs out of that. Maybe 5 if you're particularly good. So, as a demonstration. Oh, I didn't set up the record? Whatever. Something like that. Do it again. I didn't even hit the buttons there. But you see, I'm getting some inputs in here. Fortunately, it's hard to get all of them, so I'm not getting.
Let me get one of your hands when it's successful.
Yeah. So it's not. It's a little random still. Like that one was a successful one, and I got what 4 inputs off of that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more difficult to get consistent push blocking on pad. There are other ways. I'm not particularly good at this one, but Isabel, my camera woman, is. So I'm going to hand this off, and we're going to switch cameras. Say hi. This is Isabel. How do you do this one with your thumb that you were talking about?
Okay, so with my thumb, with default controls, I put the first knuckle of my thumb on X. I have the base tip, whatever, of my thumb, this part, on square. And as I'm doing the push block, I kind of just I press these two and I jam the side of my thumb into triangle and circle in a very quick motion. And this is probably pretty bad for your thumb. Like it's not like the human hand was not meant to do this.
Yeah.
But let me.
I should also mention, you have much bigger thumbs than I do.
Yes.
Shit. So I can barely do that.
Oh. Yeah.
But you can get.
So check out my thumb when I'm doing it.
You can get a fair amount of inputs out of this if you're fast.
Yeah.
Like right there, you got like 6.
Yeah. So it is a way. It does work. But this, like, if you play this game for like 30 minutes and you're doing this like the whole time you're playing the game, it's not going to be good for your health. So that's the thumb method of doing it. That's the one I kind of just learned when I played this game on pad for a bit, just to see how it was. There's another way I do it. Should I show it off? It's really goofy. You have to relearn your whole control scheme.
This is dumb, but we've been testing this out, and honestly, for push blocking at the very least, this is kind of good.
The most useful part of the tutorial is over.
Yeah.
So let me do this. All right. So oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting into it now.
Look at this button right now. pretty much
Oh, wait.
pretty much all of your buttons here are now on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So you have, since you put 2 fingers on the shoulder, you have 4 buttons covered by 4 fingers, and then 2 buttons covered by 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're like me, you can hit like this part with the base of your thumb and this part with the tip of your thumb.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still it's possible. I mean, I've done command supers on it, so it's like you could play like this if you wanted to.
Yeah,
But like here's the application of it.
Yeah, you get a lot of inputs
Yeah,
with
you
this.
get a lot of inputs. It's probably better for you since you're not like, you know, you're not just like playing with your tendons like there.
And you can remap your controls on Super Gun if you're playing this on arcade hardware. So you can do this. This isn't just Resurrection, which is what we're playing on right now.
Yeah, this is viable.
This is something you can do.
If you're willing to totally relearn the game, I mean, sure, go ahead.
It's goofy. This is stupid. I will fully admit that this is a stupid solution. But, I mean, it works. So we kind of just wanted to show people that. Oh, don't break your things. She knocked over a power cord there.
It happens.
But yeah, see, you're getting a lot of, like, pretty decent inputs here.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad. It's cursed. No one's gonna say it isn't, but that's something you can do. Yeah, I think that's really about it. Again, disclaimer, neither of us are pad players.
Yeah, this was purely just us trying to figure out, what would be some viable ways to push block on pad, because that sounds horrible.
Yeah. I have
like
friends...
really strongly recommend using stick for this game. One of my friends who played pad kinda is switching to stick all the time, and he was a pad player for like 3 years, this guy.
He switched to stick and almost immediately became better.
Yeah, and probably hurt his hands less if I were to guess. He never mentioned it, but like honestly, it's like...
yeah, alright, I think that's about it. You know, if you have any more questions on push blocking and how it exactly works, I recommend watching the other video I put up. I go into more detail on the finer inputs of push blocking. But yeah, that's how you do it on pad. At least, that's how we think you do it on pad. Alright, bye.